Hey guys, what's up? Destiny here, bringing you a Monday mail, the first one we've done in a long time. I actually decided to just call this one number one again. If you haven't been watching me for a long time, I used to do these Monday mails every week when I was playing StarCraft quasi professionally back in Poland, but we stopped doing it after a while because the questions kind of started to get a little bit stale. I was doing 5 questions every week, and the questions kind of got trolly after a while, but I brought it back. We'll try doing it again. I'm going to do only 3 questions a week. Hopefully it kind of makes it so there are more fresh questions and we don't get as bogged down answering like really dumb things towards the end. I think I did about like 9 or 10 of these before, but yeah, we're going to go ahead and give this a try again. I'll post the questions every week on my subreddit. If you look at the links in this video, I'm sure I'll have a link posted below. That'll give you the spot where you can ask questions for the next Monday mail, which I will post next Monday, obviously. And yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and jump into these now. I'll link the thread where these questions are coming from too, so you can kind of see the other questions that were being asked. I don't really care what kind of questions you ask here, as long as they're not trolley questions or stupid questions. They can be political or about streaming or games or whatever questions you want to ask that aren't stupid, I guess. The first question comes from Fentrek, and his question was, what's your opinion on the direction Twitch is headed with recent events, new features, incidents, etc., and what additions and amendments would you like to see happen on the platform? So this is kind of an interesting question. Somebody asks him for more clarification later on, and he goes on to say pretty much he's kind of talking about like the vagueness that Twitch kind of feels right now in terms of what kind of content is on Twitch. And I guess like you can really see this highlighted as of recently because we've now added social eating to Twitch. For a little bit of history, I guess, because this question kind of requires you to go back a little bit. There used to be a website called Justin.tv, which is where we all kind of streamed on for everything, right? Video game players streamed there. People would just stream politics and talking to themselves. And I think the original site was started by Justin, who put a camera on his head and just recorded shit as he walked around. And so Justin TV existed in that form. Gamers started to stream on there. Then they started to target gamers more. And then eventually they rebranded made kind of a separate company, and Twitch TV started, which was supposed to be all of the gaming people from Justin TV on their own platform, right? Where you could have, this is the place where you go to watch games. So since the inception, Twitch has kind of been a place built for video game streaming. But as of the past, I don't know, maybe year or two, Twitch has kind of been branching out a little bit more into other kinds of content. Some people have gotten really irritated over this. I don't know. For me personally, I really don't care that much as long as it doesn't take away from the gaming stuff. But I guess, for example, like I should have looked this up before I did this video. Well, there was like the giant concert, was it like the Ultra concert or whatever, it's a massive thing where I just remember them posting pictures of like the girls with their boobs and whatnot. That's really all I remember from it. But there was like that giant rave concert that was posted. You see a lot of other stuff kind of popping up now in the creative section. You have the Bob Ross episodes, and yeah, you're kind of getting a lot of different kinds of content on Twitch now. I guess like in terms of like how I view this kind of stuff, I mean, none of it really takes away from the gaming part of Twitch. I don't understand why people would be so upset. The only thing that would really bother me, I guess, is if you started to run into laggy issues because Twitch was dedicating too much of their, I guess, broadcasting power, whatever it's like CDN allocation or server allocation. I don't know what would go there. If they were started to focus too much on other kinds of content and the gaming content suffered, I think that would kind of suck. I guess losing front page time to non-gaming content kind of sucks too. But I mean, if the Twitch website grows into a massive website where a ton of other people are coming to watch other kinds of content, and then those people maybe will go and watch gaming content after, I don't necessarily see there being like a big problem with that. Obviously, I've had other problems with Twitch, not personally, well, not recently, thankfully. I mean, the whole terms of service and all of that is still pretty vague. So, and that's, there's a whole list of problems with that I talked a lot about with my gross score video a while ago, and that kind of stuff. But in terms of like the actual direction of Twitch, I think that Twitch is on a pretty good direction right now. The only thing that I don't like about Twitch in terms of their direction is it seems like they're pretty lazy when it comes to adding new features. I feel like this cheer thing probably should have been added a long time ago. It's kind of strange to me that there are companies now that are raising millions of dollars in venture capital doing donations for streamers. Like, it seems like that's money coming right out of Twitch's pocket. I don't know why Twitch didn't work faster to create some kind of thing like that could integrate nicely with the Twitch API that streamers could use so that Twitch could collect money and streamers could use an official program, backed by Twitch without having to kind of go through some of the shadier side companies and, Gaming for Good and, Vulcan ran Twitch alerts and all that. But Yeah, I mean, in general, I think that the place that Twitch is at right now is pretty good, and I think that Twitch is headed in a good direction. It would just be nicer to see them move along with certain features a little bit quicker. But I don't mind the vagueness of Twitch now. I think if anything, it helps because it brings more viewers onto the platform. Looking at the second question, this one came from Leonis. I'm not sure how to pronounce his name, and his question is, what do you think was the dankest moment of your streaming career? It's pretty hard. That's a really hard question to answer. I guess if I were to look at this as like a multi-part question, I mean, there are a lot of like highlights that I have that stand out to me. In terms of like my playing career, I would definitely say that I was at my best. I was in the best position in my life to be a super good StarCraft 2 player when I was staying at with Cats in California. California or Miami? I don't even remember now. I think it was California, but it might have been Miami, but I'm pretty sure it was California. When I was staying with Cats and I beat, I think wasn't it Startail Bomber and Ace Ace, Bomber and Ace, I think, like in a back-to-back series. That was really good. I was like one of the first people to use Infestors a lot. Mechanically, I was playing at a pretty high level. Like I was doing really well because I'd been playing a ton and I was focusing a ton. And just in terms of like my StarCraft career, that whatever tourney or qualifier or whatever thing that was definitely like when I was playing at my peak. And I was pretty proud of those 2 wins. Like those are pretty good wins for me. In terms of just streaming, probably going back to StarCraft 2 again. I mean, I don't know. There have been like a lot of like little highlights like that have happened over the years. Picking like the best one is really hard. In terms of individual moments, the interactions between me, Combat X, and like In Control and Cats and all of those videos, those were really crazy. The Deezer and Cats moments were really crazy. Fast forwarding a little bit, playing League of Legends with Phantom Lord was always a lot of fun before he became a case opening streamer. I'm just kidding. Don't hate me, Phantom Lord. But yeah, playing games with him was a lot of fun on League because I think we had pretty similar personalities in terms of doing crazy shit and not getting like really mad about losing because we do crazy shit. All of the DayZ shit was golden. That game was the funnest game I've ever have played and probably ever will play in my entire life. Like at the height of its glory days, I think DayZ was like the dankest, just the coolest fucking game ever. It had the perfect balance of like shit to do, like endgame chopper shit, and like just stupid running around with Makarovs and shooting each other. Man, I sunk fucking. It must have been over 1,000 hours easy into that game, probably more. Just that game was just awesome. And I mean, you guys have all seen like the highlight clips from that, the no guy, the Kyle and the sniper tower shit, all the crazy shit on stream and off stream. There's even like tons of shit that happened off stream, these giant backstabs and these crazy fucking events and shit. Like I think that DayZ will always be like the highlight, even if I didn't capture every highlight on like YouTube or on Twitch or whatever. I think that DayZ will always be like the shining point of like when I had fun streaming and playing games and shit. Cause like, yeah, I don't know. I don't think anything will ever stand up to how fucking amazing that time period was in terms of playing that game. So I'm gonna go ahead and go with I'm gonna go with that answer there. And then the final question comes from Terraluz. I don't know, fucking this guy. His question is, what are your thoughts about your general streaming plan? It seems you're having fun playing Overwatch with friends while playing Rust off stream once or twice a week. Are you still focused on getting better at Overwatch and hopefully gather a bigger audience in that game, or are you thinking about playing other games? So basically my big problem over the past probably 3 years is that I really haven't had a solid game to just sit at and be able to play every single day. Well, I guess more like the past 2 years. The way that I approach streaming is I'm not at the point where I dread waking up and like, fuck, I gotta stream today. Like, fuck, what am I gonna play? Like I still get on and I stream because I enjoy playing games, right? If I wake up, and I have something I want to come downstairs and put some time towards, it's a good feeling for me. When I played StarCraft and even League of Legends, fucking believe it or not, or DayZ, right? Or even Rust to some extent, it's nice to be able to wake up and be like, hey, I have something to work towards today. I'm gonna go downstairs, I'm gonna fucking do this. I want to do it, right? And with StarCraft, I could do that every single day. Like, wake up, go downstairs, let's hit up the fucking ladder. I've lost to Reapers, lost to fucking whatever random thing, and I can just sink a ton of time into doing this, and I like to be able to do that. And I'll sit downstairs and I will fucking look at a computer screen, and I'll do that for 12 hours, and I like that. That's enjoyable to me. Anything with a competitive edge to it, even with League of Legends, I would sit there and I'll grind that shit for fucking 6 to 12 hours, some days, and it's fun for me. I like that. It's enjoyable shit for me. I like playing like variety games and whatnot too. I mean, as you've seen on stream, like I'll play Dark Souls or fucking Stardew Valley or whatever. Like those games are fun as well. But I really enjoy playing. I really enjoy playing things like a ladder. If there's a ladder to it, I'll play fucking anything. If there's something, I'll fucking play competitive tic-tac-toe. There's a ladder. The competitive shit is really enjoyable to me. I wanted to pick up Overwatch and play it because, I mean, it's the next big game coming up, so that's obviously a thing. I've already got a bunch of contacts. People know me in the Blizzard community. And it seemed like a game that maybe I could stomach, although in the beginning I wasn't too sure. So I don't know. I started to sink a lot of time into Overwatch. Honestly, at where I'm at right now, I'm kind of surprised. I know there's going to be 50 million people that'll shit on me for saying this, but I think that I've gotten a lot better at Overwatch than when I first started. And that improvement has been surprising even to me. And it makes me feel good about myself too, because, I'm fucking almost 28 years old, which is pretty much a dinosaur at this point, right? So, a lot of people are saying things like, oh, you can't learn a new games and you're too fucking old to fucking do anything, go back to carpet cleaning, whatever, But, I mean, I think that if you compare my Overwatch play now to where it was like 3 months ago, I've gotten a lot better. And it's kind of surprising because in the ranking system right now, it's got me at like the top 14% of players, which I mean is shit, right? But I mean, like if I've gotten that much better at it, I think that I can continue to improve at it. And I haven't even really started sinking a lot of time into that game yet. Like we haven't gotten into the 40-hour Overwatch weeks yet, which I hope to do in the future. But it seems like the game is interesting and fun enough right now that I could go downstairs. Like I've woken up and come downstairs thinking like, hey, I really want to grind out my Overwatch rank today. So I think I'm hoping that in the future, like that's going to be the game that I'll go downstairs and we'll do fucking 8 hours of Overwatch. I know that some people are dreading hearing this because they don't like Overwatch, but I'm hoping that that'll be the game where I'll be able to sit down. It's like, all right, we're going to smash out fucking 10 hours of Overwatch on the ladder today, and it should be fun. And yeah, I think if I get really good at something, it's easier to have fun with it. I can talk more to the chat if I'm really good at something because I start to autopilot a lot of things, like in StarCraft. And if I'm really, really good at it, the play itself is actually entertaining to watch, like it was back in the days of StarCraft and later in the parts of League, right? Even though a lot of people say they don't watch me at all for the skill, I was really good at StarCraft at one point in time. And some of the fun things in StarCraft only happened because I was as good at that game as I was, right? Like the 4 faster hit squad doesn't happen if I've got 20 APM and I can't fucking control anything, right? Some of the more entertaining things that happen in StarCraft wouldn't be possible if I wasn't as good at that game as I was. And even in League of Legends, some of the crazy fucking time to go solo 1v3, 1v4 Draven, right? Running into the enemy team and some of those crazy fucking kills, like that shit wouldn't have been possible if I wasn't as mechanically good at that game as I was. And at one point in time, I mean, in season 2, season 3, whatever, I was Diamond 1 and I was pretty decent at it, right? So yeah, I'm hoping that Overwatch is kind of the same thing and I'm starting to have a couple of those plays, although it's because I'm playing against bad people, but where like you run in and like fucking 1v4, 1v5 as Tracer, like that kind of shit is really fun. I'm hoping that as I get much, much better at that game, it'll be more enjoyable to watch just from a watching a good player play point of view and from the fact that I'll be able to interact with chat more because I won't have to be focusing, like hardcore trying to, concentrate on my Overwatch games. So yeah, I would say like in general, the stream will probably be centered around Overwatch quite a bit. I'll probably still play Rust. I don't know. I like building things and I like killing people. The server I play on right now is the largest Rust server, and there's a lot of people that talk shit on it. So fucking killing people that talk shit feels really good. My team is pretty big, and we have been rolling over a lot of people, which has been a lot of fun too, because people talk shit on that fucking game like a motherfucker. I'll probably still mix in like the occasional AAA game. Like Doom was a lot of fun. Even games like Stardew Valley and City Skyline were a lot of fun. Like, I wouldn't be surprised, like I'll be mixing in those games every now and then, but it feels good to have a main stable platform to build a community and a fan base off of that I can then branch out into other things with, right? Rather than kind of shakily going from like Doom to XCOM to Stardew Valley to a little bit of City Skyline to kind of like it, rather than like, okay, we play Overwatch every fucking day, like the Destiny, right? Like back when I played StarCraft or League, like if I turn on fucking Twitch, Steven is either sleeping or he's streaming League or he's streaming StarCraft, right? You would know that, right? I want to get to that point again with Overwatch. Obviously, I don't have as much time anymore because I'm an adult and I fucking have a kid and all that shit, right? But for the most part, like it'd be nice, like you turn on my stream, like, oh, okay, well, we're watching a fuck ton of Overwatch, and then maybe on weekends or whatever, like, oh, cool, like what's the off game this stream? It's gonna be Doom or it's gonna be the Square Enix re-release Final Fantasy VII or whatever sick ass game is out at that particular point in time. So I think those are my 3 questions for this Monday mail. I think I hopefully did a better job at looking at the camera and interacting with the camera. I did a really bad job on my gross score video. Maybe it seems like I have, no, we're not going to make any autism jokes this time. Yeah, I'll try it. My camera work should get better, hopefully, as we trudge along through these videos. If you have any questions for the next Monday mail, they'll be listed down in the link section or whatever beneath. I could do like the little pop-ups, the annotations on the videos, but every time I see those, they piss me off. Like I get irrationally angry. But people always do that shit. Like, subscribe now. I should add that shit. I hope maybe I should cut this out. I might start adding that shit to my videos. I don't know, because that shit fucking works. Subscribe to me, motherfuckers, and follow my Twitter and all that shit. And I'll post a link in the bottom of this video in the comment. No, not in the comments, in the description, where you can ask the next Monday Mail number 2 questions. Good luck, guys. I'll see you later. Peace out.